You're not going to put hands on me?
Well, I haven't yet.
Okay, you're not going to.
Do that.
No, you're not. You don't need to.
But I don't understand why you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Because I don't need to listen to you. Because this is a police station. If this was a private company or something.
And you're repeating yourself.
How can it be a private place if it's paid for by the taxpayer? It doesn't make sense.
There are private areas in this world that are paid for by taxpayers. You know that, as well as anybody else.
Then why is
recording me?
I am, yeah.
Let me know you're recording me.
I know, but it's in your policy to let me know before you start recording a member of the public.
My colleagues are...
Yeah.
What's your name? Can I call you by your first name?
I'm not going to give any names, I'm afraid.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Liberty Lens, the channel that shows how informed citizens hold authority accountable. Today's clip comes from Coley Burks, one of the best auditors in the UK. Their channel link is down in the description, so go show them some support. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next breakdown. What starts as a simple film outside an open police gate turns into a trespass dispute, but the auditor stays calm and dismantles every argument with implied right of access. Let's jump straight in because this one gets tense fast.
Oh, the gate's open though?
Yeah, but it's still a private premises.
Is it? Who pays for this?
That's not the issue here, the fact that you're on a private premises. So can you please
But the gate is wide open, so there's an
There's
an implied right of access.
It's still private. There's no...
So it absolutely is.
No, there isn't, sir. So can you please...
I can't.
Okay, I'm just going to call my son.
Would you mind identifying yourself?
I am identified, you can see.
You haven't identified anything. Alright. Yeah, no, I'm not here like to cause you any problems.
No, that's fine, no, you're not, but you are on private premises. Okay, so
Private meaning what? This is a police station.
It's
Do you have an
private.
occupational lease for this place?
The public don't have access to a private car park.
Well, clearly they do because the gate's wide open. Well then, okay, right.
Do you mind if I test your details, sir?
I'm not required to give any details.
Right, okay. Please, could you step outside?
What difference does it make if I'm stood here or there?
If you're filming, it's private things, it's private space.
Yeah, but they're
Permission to do so, so you can do
I can't, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you can.
I can't. You choose it not to.
You absolutely can.
No.
I mean, we're asking
You're not
you
going to put
do
hands
that.
on me.
Well, I haven't yet.
Okay,
And I
you're
hope
not going
to do that.
No, you're not. You
either.
don't need to.
But I don't understand why you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Because I don't need to listen to you.
So if your gate's open on your house, and
Yeah.
implied right
There is an
access,
implied.
I
That's right.
can
Yeah.
film everything.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Around
Yeah, you
the
can.
back. Even
If it's
private
open, you can. Yeah.
areas, But not in this private area. You
I know, but this is a police station. This isn't my house.
Not public access.
But this is a police station. This is a
not-
state service.
this is
It's a
not-
police
yeah, but
station.
it's not public.
But it's paid for by the taxpayer. My tax funds
Yeah, and I pay
the
tax
upkeep.
as well, but you didn't say it.
You don't pay tax.
You
You don't. You pay tax on tax. Anyway,
Same as anybody else, so you're just splitting hairs.
All right.
You're in a private area. Can you
Okay.
please leave?
No.
Okay, just take some advice from my son.
If you're worried about security and stuff, you should really close the gate. Like, I wouldn't leave the front door to my house open.
We have all the doors to the station unlocked, as you can see, and closed. Access to the station is from the front. The gates, which have a sign that says printed only, no parking. There is also an authorised personnel sign, requires you not to be in this backyard because there are emergency vehicles.
I'm not obstructing anyone. I'm not obstructing anyone. I'm not obstructing, disrupting,
It's not about obstruction.
or harassing
You're
anyone.
not having access to a private area.
So,
You also
what can I possibly do in here?
so you're filming private vehicles.
And I can film them.
They're not in a public place, you're in a private place. If you're in public, that would be fine, but you're not in a public place. You're in
But
a
this
private
becomes a
area.
public place because the gate's open and there's access to it.
Exactly.
That is an implication of access because the gate is wide open.
We've just
It's really that
informed
simple.
you that that isn't the case.
Well, it is the case because objectively the gate is open.
If that's the case, then we have just removed our consent for you to be on this site, which means you are no longer allowed to be here.
Okay.
What we just witnessed was a standoff built on an open gate. The auditor argued it gave implied access to the police station yard. The officers insisted it was private land. The tension peaked when they withdrew consent. Notice how the auditor stayed calm, gave nothing, and made them revoke consent out loud. He won every legal skirmish until that point. But the officer's final move was clinical. One sentence, and his grounds to be there collapsed. An open gate is an invitation to walk in, not a license to stay. Implied access dies the moment consent is withdrawn. I know you'll disagree, but the law didn't back him. Despite the debate, this is why knowing your rights matters. Understand the law, and you know which ground you're standing on. I said open gates don't create permanent access. Would you have left when consent was withdrawn or stood firm?
Is that correct in terms of rights of access?
I don't know.
Well,
Do you own? Are you the landlord? Do you own this?
I work here.
Okay.
I'm protecting this site and I'm requiring you to leave.
Okay, but you don't. This isn't you. You don't own this property. You have an occupational lease for the property
Yeah, but do you?
to do a state service. No, but
Then
this.
there you go. Then you're not
You
allowed to
don't
be on
work
the
here.
site.
This is
Yeah, but there's an
private
implied right of access. You can't inhibit my right of movement.
Yeah, you
Just says you're
can
not supposed
within
to
a
be
private area and you shouldn't be here. So
Okay,
it's
but
time
what
to
could I
leave
possibly
now.
do here?
It's time to leave.
It's not
now,
time to
please,
leave.
sir. Yes, it is.
That's not.
Can you walk out with me?
No, I can't.
Explain to me what it is you think you're going to achieve by filming here, and also why you think you don't have to do what I'm asking you when you're on a private premises.
I don't have to because this is a police station. If this was a private
We've been over
company or
this,
something,
and you're repeating
how can it be a
yourself.
private place if it's paid for by the taxpayer? It doesn't make sense.
There are private areas in this world that are paid for by taxpayers. You know that, as well as anybody else.
Then why is the gate open?
So,
So
You're
that
inviting
we
people
can- It's not an invitation to enter. It's so that we can access it. with
Then
our
you need a gate
emergency
mechanism that
vehicles.
opens and closes to
But
avoid
if
this
you could
happening.
Please conduct your actual statement you just made. We need an electrically monitored access to the gate. We do. We would love one. Go and see our PCC. Suggest it's good. See if we can find
Okay, so
one.
until then, you run the
All
risk
right.
of people just wandering in here.
Well, and you've wandered in here, and we've explained to you.
And I'm not
this is
obstructing.
private
I'm not
premises.
impeding
It's
anyone's
not
work.
about that, though,
I'm not
is it?
disrupting anyone. I'm not obstructing
You
really.
are now because you're taking up my time when I should be doing something for a vulnerable victim, discussing this with you when we've explained it to you that you're on a private premises and you shouldn't be here.
Okay, I'm not stopping you.
You
What
are.
can I possibly do here? Do you
We are
suspect
not
I'm going to commit a
able-
crime?
We're not able to leave.
Do you
now
suspect me of committing a
until
crime?
you leave the premises.
Well, trespass is a civil matter, so if you've got actual crimes to be solving, as you say, with vulnerable victims, your time may be better allocated
Yeah,
to,
so if
to
you
serve
want
those
to leave,
victims.
Then I can go and serve those victims.
Yeah, but I'm not committing an offence here. You don't have any purpose here.
do you?
Because this is a civil. I absolutely have a purpose here. This is a
What's
civil
your-
matter.
What is your purpose then?
My purpose is to come here and film
To film what?
You don't
anything I
have
choose.
The right to be on private
anything that the
premises
taxpayer funds.
filming. Well, they don't fund
Okay, how do we
personal
proceed? Because I'm not
vehicles.
going to leave.
They don't fund personal vehicles, sir.
No, but the car park in which they're parked in, and under the Criminal Justice Act, this becomes a public place, so I've got every
it
right to be here.
doesn't.
Absolutely does.
Incorrect. That's the
Because
land-
the gate is open. You should just close the gate. Like,
You're misquoting law. That is the
Yeah.
landlord that allows access to land.
No.
It is not under the Criminal Justice Act to allow
It is.
access to public property. You need
Section.
You need to ask the Ordnance Survey for references to free access to land. You are incorrectly stating the law.
I know, but there's an implied right of access, so this becomes a public place.
That exchange showed a standoff over who controls the space. The officer, protecting the site on private operational land, ordered the auditor to leave. The auditor refused, leaning on the open gate and the implied right of access. Notice how the auditor fought with legal theory while the officer fought with possession. He kept citing the gate, the officer kept citing the lease. Whoever's right, the officer held the ground, and the auditor knew he couldn't stay forever. The officer actually had a point. An open gate means enter, not stay, and the Criminal Justice Act claim was a bluff. I know you'll disagree, but you can change my mind. Despite the debate, knowing your rights includes knowing their limits. Understand where the law ends, and you won't overplay your hand. I said the officer had a point. Was he right to hold the line, or was it overreach? Defend your position below.
No, there is none. So, I'm going to ask you again, sir. You're on a private premises, and I'm asking you please to leave.
And if I don't,
Well, then it may come to a point where we remove you. You have no right to be here. We don't want that to happen. There's no need for any confrontation, but you've been asked to leave. and
I don't
you
want a confrontation. Hello. Yeah.
My name's Sergeant Harvey.
Hello.
Okay, I'm in charge of this.
Are you recording?
I am
You
recording.
let me know, please, before you start recording.
Well, are you recording me?
I am,
You
yeah.
let me know you're recording me.
I know, but it's in your policy to let me know before you start
It is
recording a member of the public.
My colleagues have.
Yeah.
What's your name? Can I call you by your first name?
I'm not going to give any names, I'm afraid.
What's that then?
I'm not required
Are
to.
you aware that you're committing civil trespass at the moment?
Was it civil, you said, yeah?
Civil trespass.
So it's a civil matter, it's not a criminal matter, is it?
No, you are committing civil trespass, and you've been asked to leave.
Okay.
So is there any particular reason why you don't want to leave?
Because the police station is funded by the taxpayer, so I have a right to come here and film it. The gate, Sergeant, has been left wide open, so it's an
It has.
implied right of access.
But no, it's not implied right.
Well, it is, because the gate's wide open.
The gate's wide open to let police cars in and out.
Okay.
There's no implied right. If you were to leave your front door open
Yes.
in your house,
There's an implied right of access.
there's not an implied
Of
right.
course there
You
is,
couldn't
because the door's open.
No, you couldn't.
It would be trespass, as you say, but it's a civil matter.
No, you're wrong. So it is a civil trespass that you're committing.
Yeah, but I'm not here to commit any crimes.
But you have been asked to leave.
Okay.
This is private property.
Right.
Only for police officers
I
and police
understand.
staff.
I understand.
Have you got any identification?
I don't,
to prove,
sir, no.
To prove you're a police officer or a member of police staff?
I'm not, no.
You're not a member of police officer?
No.
So you are trespassing, you admit that then?
Yes.
You're committing civil trespass?
Yes.
So can I have your name and details, sir?
No.
Why not?
I'm not required to give it.
Sorry?
I'm not required to give it. This is a civil matter. You don't have any purpose here because I haven't committed an offence. I'm not planning to commit an offence. And it's not aggravated trespass because I'm not obstructing anyone.
Why are you talking in a very...
Because then that may be an offence.
I'm being very calm.
And I'm being calm as well.
No, you're not. You are now. You're smiling and laughing at me.
Mate,
I like
I'm
that.
calm, believe me.
I like that, but I just need you to leave the police station.
Why though?
I'm asking you to leave.
But my whole
because-
purpose is to come here and
because
film. I
you're-
can't just leave now.
You are committing a civil offence of trespass.
There's no such thing as civil offence. That's an
You
oxymoron.
are committing civil trespass.
I am, yeah.
See, you're finding it funny. You're doing it for a laugh, aren't you?
I'm not doing it for a laugh,
Are
mate.
you an auditor?
Yeah.
Is this all going to go on YouTube?
Yeah.
Is it?
So I can't just leave.
So what do you get out of that then? What purpose is it?
The purpose is to film from public places, from private places.
What just happened here is an escalation inside an open police yard. The officer warned the auditor he was on private premises and might be removed, then tried to keep things calm. The auditor refused to leave and even admitted he was committing civil trespass. Notice how the auditor controlled the encounter with admissions, conceding the trespass, conceding the removal risk, then filming anyway. The officers stayed professional, but legally they held the stronger position throughout. Confidence without legal ground is just theatre. The officer had high ground. He warned, asked, offered to avoid confrontation. The auditor admitted trespass and refused to leave. Despite the grey areas, this is why knowing your rights includes knowing your limits. When you understand both, you choose your ground. I said the officer had the high ground. Was he right to warn of removal, or was that intimidation?
It's as if they're implied.
This isn't a public place. I've told you now.
I know, but the
This
gate's
is a
open,
private-
Sarge.
But I'm asking you to leave.
I don't want to leave though, because this is the whole point. I can't just back down and submit because I can't.
So do you expect us to back down and submit?
Yeah.
Well, no, you need to leave. It's a private place.
I don't want to leave.
I'm asking you to leave. Very
I don't want to leave
Why not?
because I've got a right to be here. I'm not here to
haven't-
commit any offences.
You don't
You
know.
don't.
No, because I'm not obstructing anyone's work and I'm not disrupting
That's
anyone.
not the issue.
Explain to you. This is a private place, and you are required to leave.
And if I don't,
I'm asking you to leave.
and if I don't,
So it's not about if you don't. I'm asking you. as a
okay,
member
you've
of the public-
asked and I've.
As a member of the public, I'm asking you to leave.
Are you a member of the public?
No, you are then.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
I'm
I'm a police
refusing.
officer.
I'm refusing
Right. Why? Is there any-
because I don't want to.
You trying to provoke a reaction out of me?
No,
But why is that? I don't
because
understand.
I've come
I
here
don't-
to film. I need to film.
You don't, why do you need to?
Because this is what the public want to see. They want to see how their tax money is being spent. If I want to come and wander around the car park that has an implied right of access, then I can wander around the car park and film.
Well, I've told you now.
Yeah.
This is private land.
Okay.
You're not allowed to be here.
Yes, but under the Criminal Justice Act, it becomes a public place. Yes, it does.
No.
Never a public place.
It does because the gate's wide open. I haven't jumped over any fences here. I haven't.
Where's the legislation on the Criminal Justice Act that says this?
There absolutely is.
There's an applied right of access. To
Section 23 of the Criminal Justice Act.
of any building, because their gates are open, you're allowed to go in it. So if your front gates of your house,
Technically, that's the implied right of access. But again, this isn't. I'm not talking about people's houses and private property. This police station is paid for by the taxpayer. So there's an incentive for me to be here.
This is private property, isn't it?
I understand that it's a private property, but again, the whole police station in itself is paid for by the
I'm
taxpayer.
asking you to leave, please, sir.
Okay, well, if I don't,
Please, can you leave?
and if I don't,
I'm asking you nicely.
okay, and
No one's going to put hands
and it's not a personal
no
thing.
one's going to put hands on you. You've been laughing, I've been laughing. We can't see that, so it's not face possible. Am I just asking you, from one colleague to another, please leave the building? Premises, right?
The log is still coming on.
Okay. I don't want to force you. I don't want to put you guys in a position where you're gonna have to get hands on in that. But I think it's a bit petty. Like, well, I'm not honestly. I'm not here for no trouble. I'm not here like planning any offence. I'm not about to commit an offence. If you could just leave me to it, I'll probably be gone.
We're not going to leave you to it, sorry.
Why though?
Because this is private premises.
If you just leave, I'll leave.
Right, so if all my colleagues and I all go in there, you will leave, you'll go out there straight away.
Yes.
What just happened here is a standoff built on a misquote. The officer asked the auditor to leave the police compound, calmly repeated the request, and the auditor refused, citing Section 23 of the Criminal Justice Act, which doesn't say what he claimed. Polite, patient, one-sided tension. Notice how the officer offered a face-saving exit, leave, and we all stood down. The auditor took it. That's the tell. He wasn't testing the law, he was filming the friction. The bluff met patience, and the bluff folded. A confidently misquoted law hurts the accountability movement more than any officer could. One fake section, and every real argument gets dismissed. Despite the embarrassment, this is why real legal knowledge matters. When you know the actual law, you can't be defeated or dismissed. I said the misquote hurt more than any officer could. So, silence, or risk quoting law you haven't read. Defend your answer below, and if you believe real legal knowledge beats a bluff, then hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because every encounter teaches us something about our rights.